Hello everyone, and welcome to the most biased video I will ever create. So I'm going to try my best to talk about the products and the techniques that I use, but I'll show them on screen so that you guys can see everything that I'm using. I'm going to be talking about my husband the whole time, so I only have 13 minutes to do so, and I could literally talk about him forever, so we'll see how this goes. In case you didn't know, my husband's name is Dustin, and he inspired today's makeup look. So I'm starting with moisturizer, as I always do, because I have super dry skin, and since moving to Colorado, that hasn't helped it at all, not even a little bit. So I'm going to prime my face with this setting spray. It's by CoverGirl, and it's Outlast Active. And I like it. It makes my face nice and sticky. So I'm going to start with my eyebrows. So I'm going to go in with this new brush. It's from the Glance Party, the new Morphe collection that just came out. My husband actually bought it for me. So that's what we did for Christmas. I went and bought him some stuff, and then he took me to Ulta and just pretty much said go crazy. So, this is one of the things that I picked out, and I'm in love with it. I especially love this eyebrow brush. My old one was like broken and falling apart, so this is definitely a nice change. So the way that I do my eyebrows is I start in the middle and I work my way out. I don't like to fill them in too much in the middle because I like it to look more natural and kind of, fades into a little bit more boldness. But anyway, like I was saying, my husband, he took me to Ulta and let me pick out a bunch of stuff for Christmas, and I thought that was amazing. He knows what I love, and I love to do makeup. He tells me I don't need it, of course, like every husband does, but he loves it when I do my makeup too, because he sees the art in it, and he loves it when I express myself. It was really just refreshing for him to do that for me, and just such a confidence boost that he recognizes that this is a place I do my makeup, this is a safe place for me, and it makes me happy. And no matter how long it takes in the mornings and how annoyed he gets when I secretly annoyed, of course, no matter how annoyed he gets of me, taking forever, he still tells me that, that I can do it and that I'm not getting in the way and that I'm important too. And that's something that I'm still learning, but he's not letting me forget it, so I thank God every day for that. He's really pushed me through some hard times. We've been through some stuff that nobody should have to go through, so I'm definitely thankful for him, and I wouldn't rather have anybody else by my side. This was one of the other things that I picked out. It is the Nubian 2 palette by Juvia's Place, and when I think of Dustin, I tend to think of this color story here. These 4 colors are just gorgeous, and they make me think of nature, and they're strong, bold colors, and they just make me think of him. So those are the ones that I decided to use today. So I am going to start with the lightest shade in the palette here. It's Madagascar, and the reason I'm starting with this shade is because I do have such light skin, so I need a good light transition color to help everything blend and just work well on my face. So that's what I'm starting with. I'm going to pack it on the outer corner and the inner corner. Today I'm doing a halo eye, so I want to leave the center of my lid blank so that I don't have too much product build up. So there's actually more than one reason that I chose these colors. The first reason is because the picture that you see in the thumbnail, my husband served in the Marine Corps, and I know he doesn't like to be recognized for it too often, but I'm very proud of him always, and I think him being in the Marine Corps and him, being a veteran now has just sculpted him into this man that I married. I think it all has made him into this strong, stubborn man that he is today. So that's why I chose this green shade. It is a beautiful shade, and it just reminds me of the uniform he's wearing in the picture. It's one of my favorite pictures that I have of him. I will probably cherish that picture forever. It just shows how strikingly handsome he is, and I'm a sucker for a man in uniform. I think that's probably what got me to begin with. But another reason why I chose these colors is because it reminds me of our wedding. We've been married for a little over a year now, and we got married in October on a beautiful fall day. That is why I think of these colors. Yeah, I relive our wedding day in my head every day. I think of all the feelings that I had, good and scary feelings, but, I felt so warm inside and just matched the beautiful weather that we had that day, and everything was just so warm, and I just love the deepness of these colors. It really made me think of us getting married. So I'm going to go ahead and create the halo eye that I was talking about. I'm going to use this brush that has a sharp edge so that I can get right up into the crease. I'm just going to use the same concealer by Tarte that I used before and just pack it on my lid, just stopping at my crease. I am going to blend it out a little bit so it won't be so harsh when I'm finished, because even though my husband is a very severe man, he has his soft sides, and he definitely likes the more natural flow of things, so I'm going to stay true to him. So this is another product that he bought me at a different time, actually. It is the Kat Von D in the shade Silver Chrome, and I actually don't think it's very silver. It kind of depends on what eyeshadow you put around it. I think it looks more golden when it's around like more natural brown tones, and you can definitely make it look silver too if you use like cooler tones. So that's what I love about this, and it's kind of like a foil shadow. That's why I'm packing it on with my finger, so that I can get the most pigment payoff. And this is where I'm blending it out, like I said before. I just kind of I don't want to lose my halo eye effect, but I definitely want the edges to be softer and just to merge beautifully into the green. So another reason I thought of this beautiful chrome color is because my husband has actually been doing metal work lately, which I think is such an awesome hobby. It's one I could never have, but I don't think my husband could have makeup as a hobby either, so it's all fair. But anyway, he's been metalworking lately. I don't know if you guys keep up with comics or anything like that, or even the Avengers movies, but he made a Stormbreaker of his own, and it is just super, super cool. I could literally go on for hours about how cool I think my husband is, but I think one of the reasons I love him so much is because I got to watch him fall in love with my son, and we've had one of our own together. And just to see that from the outside, from a mom's perspective, somebody fall in love with your baby, there is nothing that will go to your heart faster. They just automatically gravitated towards each other, and he's the only dad he's ever known. He's the only dad he ever will know. And I'm so thankful for that. They've always been two peas in a pod ever since the first moment they met. And what's even cooler is that we've got to start our family. We all share the same last name, and we're all together, and we have our own little baby now, and I love watching my boys. I love being a boy mom, and I love watching him be a dad. Okay, now that I have wiped all of my tears away, I can explain to you guys how I do my base. I'm starting with foundation, and this is actually a new one that I have never tried before. It is by Makeup Revolution. I really like it. I'm enjoying it so far, and it wears really well. So I've been wearing it all day now that I'm recording my voiceover, but it wore really well all day. So a new technique that I have been using to apply my foundation is using a brush and stippling my foundation on. With the skin type that I have very textured skin, so this kind of helps it just really get pressed in and blended out very seamlessly. I like to use it like interchangeably with my beauty sponge. That seems to have the best effect, and it makes my skin look really airbrushed and flawless, and I don't like looking like I'm wearing a full coverage foundation even when I am. So that is why I just blend. I blend so much, like with all the tools that I can. And yes, I do like to go over my lips a little bit. I can just go back over it again with lipstick, so it's really no big deal to me. I'm going to go in with a different concealer, and I'm going to conceal the parts that I think need a little bit extra coverage. That would be the huge bags under my eyes and the breakout I have around my chin area from all the stress of being a mother. So that is another reason I appreciate my husband so much, is that no matter what stresses or no matter what is going on in my head, he is always there to tell me that everything is going to be okay, even if it's not okay right now. And other people can tell me that and try to comfort me, but in the end, for some reason, only his words matter to me. He is the one that keeps me grounded. He is my best friend. He is the love of my life. There is nobody else in the world like him, and I am so lucky to call him my own. So, wiping the tears again, this is a gorgeous new palette that I got. It is one that I got for Christmas from my husband. So I wanted to make my cheekbones look a little bit more sculpted than usual because he has the sharpest jawline that I have ever seen on anybody. Like when you touch it, it could literally probably slice your finger. So, which I love it about him. It makes his features so strong and it matches his personality perfectly. He is just so handsome. I literally can't get over it. I still look at him even after being married for a year and wonder, how did I land this? It's just blows my mind every time. So this is my absolute favorite blush shade. I rarely find myself straying from it. I'm going to go a little bit heavy-handed on it at first because I'm going to take the foundation brush that I was using earlier and kind of dull them down and blend my blush and my contour together. So I'm trying to stay in the more golds and brown tones, so that's why I chose this highlighter. It is a gorgeous white highlighter with kind of gold glittery reflex in it. If you know Dustin, then you know that he loves nature and he loves feeling grounded and he loves to just run free. He is such a free spirit if I have ever seen one, and I just love that about him. He keeps everything interesting and he makes everything feel so lively, just like nature does. And it's amazing to watch and just to see him. He kind of grows like a tree. He's always trying to grow himself and just branch out and do as much as he can, which I think that is super admirable, especially for, today and how people are acting. He is always trying to improve himself. He's not ever content. He always wants to grow, and that is such a good role model for our boys, and I'm so happy that they have him. I'm so excited to see where else he will go. So this is the look that I came up with, a gorgeous halo eye with green and brown earthy tones and a little bit of a bolder lip, which I absolutely love. This is what he inspires me, and he will never stop inspiring me, and I really hope that I can do the same for him. And Dustin, I love you so much, and thank you everyone for watching.